So is the mouse back to how it was before, or is this... I don't know. Okay, so the next place we want to go to, or rather, really the only place we have left to go from here is, yeah, it's the Golden Path or whatever it's called. Unless there's people I can talk to back at the camp. Never mind, let's just go straight to this place, whatever it is, what's it called again? The Golden Way, right, the Golden Way, let's go. The Golden Way is home to the Empire's noble families. I didn't read it fast enough. Gate to the Market District. Who are you?
The princess is very beautiful. If I was like her, then all the girls would like me.
Not sure if that's how it works. Commoner... Commoner... God... Alright, so what is this?
Hold on there. This way leads into the necropolis, a dangerous area. You shouldn't go in there unless you have some business there.
What's wrong with the necropolis?
Ghosts have been rising up everywhere in the Empire, I've heard. So many have come up in the necropolis that it just isn't safe anymore. It would take an army of us to clear them out, if we could do it at all. We can't even safely post a guard in there.
Right.
We just warn people away. The Lotus Assassins want everyone kept away as well. First time I've heard of them being altruistic.
No, the headquarters isn't there. When does all this start?
Things have been bad over the past few, let's say 5 years. No one has any idea why so many of the dead refuse to return to the Wheel of Life peacefully. All we know for sure is that they're not happy. Not happy at all.
Yes. Why won't the guards do anything?
Ghosts have been rising up everywhere in the Empire, I've heard. So many have come up in the necropolis that it just isn't safe anymore.
Didn't you just say that earlier?
It would take an army.
How bad has it become?
Bad. Real bad. Monks used to go in every few weeks to clean out the ones who had risen. But lately it's become too much for them to handle. You look like a warrior. I'm sure you know that even if you disperse a ghost in combat, they reform again eventually. It takes a long time, but it's inevitable.
Yes.
Leave the dead to their own is what I say. Just block the whole place off and start again somewhere else.
Well, they'll come after you. That's enough.
Anything else you need?
Have you seen a woman named Fading Moon? She's an arsonist.
Captain Sen has you collecting heads for him, does he? Good for you. A woman did make her way into the necropolis some time ago. She seemed a bit wild around the eyes and ignored me when I tried to warn her.
Right.
She certainly hasn't left, so if it was this Fading Moon, you should still be able to find her in there. I'll make sure she doesn't slip out behind you.
Okay. Bye.
Stay away from the necropolis. I wouldn't want a pretty girl like you getting hurt in there.
Sure. Alright, so that's the necropolis. We'll come back in a bit. That guy is holding a giant gem. Look at that. What is that? A bunch of nameless... Beggar's Song. Hey, Beggar's Song.
I greet you, my lady. I wonder if you might have some silver to spare.
What are you doing? What will you do? But your clothes are expensive and you speak like a noble.
I come from a very wealthy family. As such, I have a certain lifestyle to maintain. Parties, female admirers, lots of wine. You understand.
I understand, I just don't approve. That doesn't explain why you're begging.
I have to have an income, don't I? My father looked at my considerable expenses and told me to get my own silver.
Did you ever consider getting a job?
Ah, but I am a noble. The shame of manual labor or the stink of trade must not be allowed to touch me.
I see. But there's no shame in begging?
How could there be shame? You've got it and I want it. Should I steal it? Never. Simply ask like a civilized soul, I say.
What a load of refuse.
I read all the greatest philosophers and consulted with wise men before reaching this decision. I assure you the philosophical underpinnings are quite sound. Wisdom is only gained by experience, wine, women, and song, as it were. But a life of revel with no reflection still does not lead to true wisdom. One must ponder, one must daydream. Even if I could bear the shame of sullying my hands with work, when would I think? How could I grow wise?
So you're begging in order to pay for drunken debauchery or in the service of becoming truly wise.
Well, it loses some of the subtlety when you put it that way. But yes.
I think the pursuit of wisdom is noble. Here's a silver piece. That was worth a silver. Take this. I've heard enough. I must go.
If you feel more generous later, I will be here.
We're not giving him any money. We're not giving him any money. Kick the jar. See, I kicked the jar and I got $29, whereas you are begging for a single piece of silver. I think you're doing this wrong, Song.
Your parentage is below average, and your ancestry is of questionable worth. You dress yourself in the manner of a common laborer. Nobody's paying any attention.
Keep trying, just as I instructed.
Your physique seems exceptional. Clearly you are a peasant. A noble could afford sloth.
What are you doing? Why attempt to insult me?
Your breath is like the wind of an ox. Your last meal was of suspect quality.
I asked for an explanation. Justify yourself or I will take offense.
Your beliefs are superficial, and your culture is substandard.
There's no point to your insults. Defend your claims or cease this instant. That's it. I'll put an end to your point in a second. No,
You are right to demand an explanation. Forgive my servant. I instructed him to find someone not distracted by mere insults, someone who would command respect. Your demand for justification of his arguments was admirable. You are exactly what we need.
explain yourself.
An outlander strolled into the city several days ago and now sits like a cormorant taking what he wants from the river of our hospitality. He balks at our attempts to calm him and answers requests for payment with strange coins of questionable value. He needs to go.
Well, stop giving him stuff then. What, you're giving him stuff and you don't like the coins he pay you with, and so stop giving him stuff. The city hosts many visitors. Why is he so different?
The outlander is not a dignitary or traveling merchant. He is a parody of civilized behavior. He spews insults at the emperor himself. So far, he has escaped the notice of any higher officials. Perhaps he was mistaken for an actor in a troupe, but that will not last. If he is reported, the Lotus assassins will take notice. They'll want to know if he was harbored or his offense was encouraged. Guilt by association is enough for them.
Perhaps I can reason with this outlander.
That's what's so infuriating. He doesn't respond to reason. He proposes challenges we don't understand and then declares himself the winner. Several of our brightest have faced him, but as soon as they get the better of him, he sets off his strange firework and says they are beaten.
That sounds awesome.
Normally, the peasants like it when we intellectuals are maligned, but they tire of his presence too. Getting rid of this nuisance will endear you to many.
That sounds awesome though. He's got fireworks. I will teach him not to mock our culture. What culture? Maybe when I have time, leave me. If that's all I'll gain, then I must... when I have time, leave me.
Well, that is not the conviction I was hoping for, but no one else has been able to help, so it will have to do. At your convenience, then. He is in the Scholar's Garden, and no amount of opposition has moved him. Please, I hope you will prove to be a worthy opponent.
Are you serious? You can't deal with one person? Alright, so these houses are decoration. We can't go inside. The problem with having all these NPCs is that I can't tell which ones are important. Apparently none of them are important. Scroll stand. Music and the arts. Music and the other arts are vital parts of life in the Jade Empire. As with any truly civilized people, even the common man can enjoy the benefits of music in his daily life. Only the music of the Jade Empire itself truly satiates this primal urge. The lesser, more savage peoples that surround us know nothing of our true culture, and their primitive beatings and wailings cannot touch the soul as truly as have the masterpieces of Water Swallow, or the heart-wrenching tragedy of Falling Star. For this reason, if not others, it is our duty as a cultured people to bring civilization and joy of the arts to those less advanced and gifted societies. Do you truly believe that? Alright, so that's the pagoda thing. I think that's where we're supposed to meet the princess. Sign. No, look at the sign. Hostel. That's a guard. There's a hostel. Can I break the... No, I can't break that. Sign. Enlightened stage. Strip stand. This stand is covered with books, papers, and other elements related to the play of some sort. Alright. Oh, this is it? It's just, there's nothing here. Where were we meant to meet the princess again? I don't know what's going on. There's far too many lanterns for this to make any sense. Sign to the Scholar's Garden. Alright, the Scholar's Garden is beyond there. So let me go back and let me explore. What was that? There's a hostel? Was it only a hostel? Let me check my map. So there's a... Oh, that's right. There's an Acropolis Hostel Pavilion. I wonder if I should go to the Acropolis first. Or should I save that for last? Alright, hostel. Yeah, okay, never mind. Necropolis? Because I think I'm supposed to go to the garden to find the princess, right? So let me just save that for last. Come here to the necropolis first. Let's see what kind of shenanigans we can get up to. Gravedigger Shen buries the dead in the necropolis. The necropolis is outdoors? So it's outside the city. Man, this skipping is getting out of control. Hey, this looks cool, look at that. Look at the ghosts flying around. Spooky.
Kill.
No, don't kill.
Death.
No, don't death.
Legendary strike.
Ow. Ow. Am I even... I can't even tell if I'm punching them or not. The combat is so... not smooth.
Well, stranger, you have some spirit to you. You fight like a demon. Those poor lost souls didn't stand a chance against you.
Right, who are you, dude?
I could use the skills of a woman like you. Normally, I don't think much of a woman in my line of work, but I think you can help me with a problem I've been having.
Are you an assassin?
My name is Shen. I'm the first gravedigger here. It's my job to look over the necropolis and make sure all the peaceful souls are laid to rest.
Why do you laugh like that? Why are you amused by this? What do you want?
I've got to dig the holes, fill them, and balance the books and everything. Nice, proper burials. But now, with all these ghosts rising again, I've got problems.
Okay.
No one seems to want to stay dead, and I can't go refunding all the burial money to all the families of the ghosts now. I can't afford it.
Why would you need to refund their money?
So, I just want you to do a little job for me. Nothing hard. Just put the ghosts back where they belong. Quiet them down a bit.
Okay.
Well, there'll be a little bit in it for you as well, don't worry. Can't have you going away empty-handed now, can we? So, what do you say?
Why are the spirits causing trouble?
Trouble? Well, they've always been trouble. Every few years, one would act up and we'd have to have some monks come by and put them down. But now they're coming up all over the place. The last few years they've been becoming more and more common, and more of a problem as well. Especially for me. They don't take too kindly when I try to, tidy up their coffins and things.
I see.
But it also means I can't use those areas of the necropolis. It's too dangerous now.
I see. He steals from
So,
the dead.
you interested?
I see. He steals from the dead. How long has this been going on?
Well, forever. There's always someone who doesn't rest too easy in their grave. Not here, anyway. Every couple years, some ghost would rise up and the monks would come and put him down. But now they're coming. So,
What makes you think I can do this?
I've seen you fight. You put that spirit down good and proper. Better than the monks who used to come here, even. I reckon you've had training in this sort of thing. But you don't look like a monk, so you probably don't have their scruples about money either. I come by a lot of valuables in my line of work. I can pay well.
Right.
So, you interested?
Sure.
Great! Now those ghosts will know who's boss around here. They just bring themselves back up as fast as I can put them in. I'll give you a reward for any ghosts you take care of. You can make good money that way. There are 3 main ghosts to deal with. Miss Chan, Merchant Bai, and Mr. Ren. I'll give you a reward for each, of course. I know a bit about them, but not that much.
Tell me about
If you
them.
need a little something to give you an extra edge, I'm sure I can part with some trinkets I've found. I mean, it's not like they'll need them anymore.
Okay. Necropolis, one of the troublesome gods. It's horrible that you've been stealing from the dead.
Eh? It's not like they need any of that anymore. Feel some compassion for them, do you? Maybe you don't have what it takes to do my job.
Maybe you shouldn't steal from them if they're coming back, you know what I mean? It's like if you rob graves, but you live in a world where ghosts are not a real thing, then maybe you can get away with it. But given that in this game, ghosts are a real thing that come back from the dead. Maybe you shouldn't steal from them, you know what I mean? Dear John.
Then you're no better than me. Is there...
Let me see what you're selling.
Well, you know, a few things.
Let me see what you have. Alright, so the stuff he has are bad. Exit.
If you need to find me again, I'll be at my house down the road.
So I probably shouldn't do his job. Maybe I should kill him.